Is it true that your agency recently hit 10K?
10K revenue, yeah.
For anyone, they might have a job, they might have something, right? But they want to have more. They have 1K, 2K pay. They can work as hard as they fucking want, but they will never get over 3K.
We did work our asses off for a year and a half every single day, and you get a lot of experience from that. So that's simple. But how did we learn to think? It's a bit more complicated.
We wanted to go to school, to college. It was a horrible idea looking back, but maybe if we didn't, we would never live together.
It's living with your friends just like a never-ending sleepover.
Yeah, but they need to be on the same mission. Because if you're moving in with 3 crackheads, you're gonna be the first one.
I'll spend a K on a hooker, so everyone against it.
There may be only 1 or 2% chance, but you are 100% that's gonna happen. I'll do anything to make it happen. Right?
We're gonna go home right now and tell the guys, okay, you're not gonna sleep for the next half a year. We need 100K.
Here are some pills.
Do what you need, just get me to 100K.
Back at it again. Welcome everybody to another podcast. With me are joining again David, like in both the podcasts so far, and
I'm the new guest.
he is the
on
bully.
podcast.
For anyone that was in the first podcast, he is the bully who bullies David when he slacks off.
Somebody's gotta do it.
So on this podcast, we'll be kind of going over all of the business aspects, our mindset, and everything like that. What it takes, and a lot of value will be shared. There isn't any specific theme that we'll be going over. It's more of a freestyle podcast, but I'm sure a lot of value will be shared. I want to start off with the podcast by saying, is it true that your agency recently hit 10K?
10K revenue, yeah. We're at 10K revenue right now.
When?
Actually, last week. So like a week after the first podcast was recorded.
So we recorded the first podcast. For anyone that didn't watch it, David said they were at 6K revenue then.
Yeah.
And David said that like he expects to get to 10K like in 1 month, and you did it like
1 week.
So yeah, the mindset of this guy will be shared, and I will be asking how you did that as well. But first off, I want to ask the new guest, the new face. I'm sure you made a couple of videos on the channel, right?
1.
But pretty much for everyone that's just listening to podcasts, who are you? What's your name? And what is your role in the business?
So my name is René, and my role is pretty similar to David's. I manage the systems. I try to improve the business, and yeah, that's basically it.
So what is the difference between David's role and your role?
There isn't really a difference.
I would say you do focus a bit more on the systemizing of things, and I focus more on new ideas and where to go and the bigger picture, I'd say.
Yeah, I focus mainly on those autistic activities, like
Optimizing, Excel.
sheets and
Yeah.
Figma, workflows and stuff like that.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. Yeah, but also you do have, I want to mention, you do have another 2 members that aren't here, right?
Yep.
You said there were 4 of you.
Yeah.
Where are they and why aren't they here?
Well, they aren't here because they actually do work.
They actually were
So they have
opposed
to
to you two guys.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
just lack of.
yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, they're actually doing videos right now, so that's why they're not here. And yeah.
Okay, so you two pretty much just slack off, you don't do any work, and the actual 2 workers, the backbone of the business, are home actually working while you are on podcasts, talking pretty much.
To be fair, this is work as well. This is work. I say we can count this as work.
Sure. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, they do the big work as well. But would you say that you do more of the thinking side and they do more of the actual heavy lifting side?
Yeah, you could put it like that. Yeah, we work on the business, and they work in the business, mainly.
But we actually started. It was a few months ago that we decided we would split into 2 groups. So basically, they are doing the editing, and we were in charge of getting new clients in This was an advice that David actually got from a business academy that he was at, and after that, our sales skyrocketed, and we just continued the way that,
working
yeah.
in this way. So you said David was on this academy or something, and after that they advised you to like split between the four of you, 2 and 2. That was the advice you said?
Not directly, no, but they did say there's like 3 types of people. There's the executioners, I believe it's called, so the people that actually do the tasks, like let's say video editing. Then there's the investor, who mainly focuses on the big picture, the vision, where to go in the next, I don't know, couple of months, what we'll do in the next half a year. And then there's the managers, who take care of people.
The managers, so you said the managers, the executioners, and the visionary, or
The investors
Investors.
are visionaries, yeah, sure.
pretty much visionaries.
Yeah.
So these are 3 roles, but you split it into 2. So how does that work?
I mean, we did kind of split it like, we didn't exactly split it like that. We split it at first by us getting clients and them fulfilling.
So client acquisition and actually doing the,
Yeah.
and the fulfillment.
the fulfillment. Yeah.
And now we kind of switch, since you do the client acquisition, we kind of do the investor/manager role.
Okay, so you pretty much take on the 2 roles.
Yeah.
So you would say that you do most of the work, or
We do
I mean-
we do the smart.
so you actually aren't lazy and you actually do most of the work?
We actually do more if you think about it.
Well, we mainly
That's just procrastination.
we focus on building the systems that would take us from the 2, 3, 6, now 10K a month to potentially 50, 100, a million a month, right?
Yeah, so I would say that these tasks are more of a describing a business owner opposed to the actual executioners are more of an employee. Would you like agree that those are kind of the dynamics?
Sure, yeah.
So, it's a unique situation you guys are in because there's 4 of you. You are all co-founders, right? You have the same position in the business,
Mhm.
and but you do split your tasks. And if, for example, there was one of you that was in charge, the guy in charge would not be doing edits themselves. He would probably take on the responsibilities you 2 guys are taking, right? And he would employ editors.
Yeah.
So would you say that you have more authority in the business, or do you split it?
I wouldn't say it like that. No, they're just better at making videos, so they make the videos and we do managing. Now they won't be making videos for long. We are recruiting new editors right now, so I give it a month again till they don't do videos anymore. Well, they're probably not gonna outsource everything. They're still gonna keep like 1 video per day to stay in the game, but they're gonna be mainly coaching new people and they're gonna be like managers.
Yeah, to coach people, you still have to know how to.
Yeah.
And obviously, editing is updating, right? Some trends do change,
I mean, yeah, you need to stay in the game and actually keep doing it. Yeah.
so you don't lose touch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. But so they will actually transition out of the executioner role, which is that is one of the 3 things. They will go more into the management.
Yeah.
So they will kind of have, I don't know, more authority, or is it not like? Don't you see it like that?
The authority is more or less the same between us. We discuss everything with everyone and then decide together what's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Actually, the only reason why they are still executioners and are doing edits right now is because we want to maximize our profits, right? As we are still in the early stages of a business. Yeah, that's it.
But so you said, so it's pretty much bigger profit margins if you actually execute the things opposed to just paying editors.
Yeah.
So you're not at the point yet that you would need editors. You could take on all the load yourself, or is it transitioning from that point?
Yeah, we're in between. Yeah.
And do you currently have any editors, or are you still doing everything by yourself?
Oh yeah, we have editors. Yeah.
Because the first interview we had like more than 1 week ago, You did say that you were doing all of the stuff yourself, or
No, not really. We had two guys. I think, yeah, two guys that are doing everything. Now we have like four, but the two new guys aren't full time yet. So it's, let's say, three actual editors. So yeah, we are expanding.
so you're not, but you are coaching more of them, right?
Yeah, yeah. We're coaching like 5 or 6 at the moment.
Would you say that's a hard thing to do?
I wouldn't say it's that hard. No.
Is it a long process? Because
Yeah, it takes a while, but it's not that hard.
why don't you? I'm sure there are a lot of editors already out there, right? Editing isn't like I would think it's quite popular. Why don't you find good editors that are already good?
The thing about the editors is most of them know the transitions, the shiny, well, the sound effects, the fancy editing, but they don't know how to build the video, the psychology behind it, and that's the main thing we teach them. So basically, why you do certain stuffs in the video editing, and that's basic. That's talent you don't find often. Right? You have to build.
So that the difference. Okay, a lot of editors you're saying know the actual stuff, the transitions and stuff like that, but they don't know psychology behind what to do and why they do it. And would you say that's super rare? It's like talent, 1 in 100 maybe.
Yeah.
And is that like the main difference between your agency opposed to other normal editors?
Yeah, 100%.
So you would say that that's kind of the reason you get these superior results for your clients, right? Because the normal editors just do the edits, take their money, and that's it. But you can actually guarantee the results because of
Yeah, we focus on growth and we have strategies how to achieve this. It's not just editing.
it's not just editing. Okay, what do you add? So you said it's just not editing. What else do you?
So we guide the clients, we give them some key points, what to say in the videos. We guide them in terms of what they should talk about. We give them some things to react to, so we make reaction videos, stuff like that.
So you wanna take as much of the, I would say, variables, so that you can control the results as much as possible. But also take the time and effort from the actual creators.
We basically want to make them viral. So they just buy from us and they go viral. But they do have to listen to us and do as we say. I mean, if they don't listen, then it's it's hard.
Is there like a lot of incidents that they don't listen or?
No, I wouldn't say so. Because we do have kind of high ticket, and when someone pays you, more than 1,000, they usually take it serious. Yeah, people usually don't spend $1,000 and then don't listen to you and tell you to fuck off. That's usually not how it goes.
Got it. So you did transition from Slovenia to America, right? And you just said that, like, previously said that in Slovenia you had a harder time and stuff. Did you struggle to get results for them because they didn't listen, because it was a lower ticket offer, or how was it?
Actually, no. The results part was easier in Slovenia because it's a small country and it's a niche in itself. Slovenia is its own niche, and it's way easier to go viral because people will watch the videos just because the language is Slovenian. So it is actually easier to get like a couple of 10,000 views for your new client because it's Slovenian. It's a bit harder in English, but you can't really get 2 million views per video in Slovenian because there's 2 million people in Slovenia and not everyone's on TikTok, and
Sure. That makes sense, but I do want to ask on the previous topic as well. You said you had 3 parts of the business, right? And I would split it even maybe into 2 parts, which is more of a thinking, right, and more of actual execution. You say that? You can say that. Which part? And you guys are the thinkers, and the other guys, I'm sure they still think. I'm sure they still have the authority to give the ideas. You all do that, but they do most of the work, right? And you do most of the thinking.
Yeah.
Which part would you say is more important or harder, almost?
Well, it depends. It really does depend.
Well, the business doesn't run without the execution, right? So
But it doesn't go without the thinking.
Yeah. So it's
it's important to to run the business, but you do still need quality people that think on how to grow the actual business. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
Got it. But for anyone that's watching this at home, right, and they might want to replicate your success, maybe not with editing, maybe with something else, and pretty much every business has the execution part. If you're a copywriter, if you're, I don't know, a gym, right, the gym also has thinkers and actual executioners, workers and stuff like that, right? Every business pretty much. Which part you edited before, right? You went to the whole journey. Which part do you think that's hard to learn or execute, maybe? And what did you do for each part to learn editing? And then what did you do to get your, I don't know, marketing IQ to actually scale a business?
That's a good question. I mean, editing is simple, right? We went into Tate Hostage University, just basically followed the steps they laid out for us. We learned the editing. That's not that hard. Now, we did actually, which is probably a big part of this, we did work our asses off for a year and a half. So, year and a half every day, at least 4 videos per day, every single day. And you get a lot of experience from that. That's why we have some insights into the, let's say, algorithms and how to go viral that people don't, because they just didn't put in the hours. So that's simple. But how did we learn to think? It's a bit more complicated.
YouTube.
YouTube.
I mean,
yeah.
and experience. You have to test things and learn from them. Right?
Also courses. You pay people to tell you. So like you pay someone that's ahead of you to solve your problems because he's been through it and he usually has some ideas.
Why would you put in 2 years of experience trial and error when you can pay someone to tell you that has already gone through the trial and error?
Yeah. I mean, you can't pay someone to give you what you learn if you invest a year and a half into video editing.
Sure.
However, you can pay someone to give you some guidelines into how to grow the business. It's a bit different, right? So he can give you direction and some advice, and then you still need to put in the work.
So for the editing part, you pretty much bought this course, Hustlers University, which is State's program, hustled and put in the work.
Yeah.
Put in the repetition, right? Obviously, did you like from the first month, right, and the 12th month, for example, after 1 year, did you actually physically learn anything else, or did you just get better with experience?
We learned new things as we went along. Like we probably learned the most inside the university in the first 2 months,
Sure.
and then it was mainly experience and some new things here and there.
Okay, so you never wanna stop learning, but you do get the most basics down in the first 2 months.
Yeah.
So for the editing part, repetition plus some basic community course, coach, whatever. But for the thinking part, was it like more expensive?
Yeah. I mean, Hostage University is $50 per month. The academy I went to was €700. And another course we bought was 1,000. So yeah, it's more expensive. However, if you learn editing, you can get to like a couple of thousand per month. However, if you learn to manage people and to run a company, you can get to way more. So
And that was gonna be my next question. If you learn only the first step, only the editing, and you probably did at the first, you didn't know anything about scaling and stuff, you just wanted to do, how much would you say you could realistically gain in your position and your without the second part, without the knowledge scaling, just with the editing part?
I'd say to around 4,000 per month. That's about the max you can get.
How so? Because you can outsource stuff, or?
I mean, yeah, to outsource, you need to know how to manage people. So if you only know editing, I could probably, if I went back into video editing, I could do 4 videos per month, per day. That's like for clients, I can get to 4K a year. However, then you're stuck and you're working almost the whole day and you can't really think about how to improve things and it's fun.
So, and then in the second step, that would get you more past that 4K is the second part, the marketing, right? And that's what specifically, is it like scaling? Is it like hiring people? Is it teaching? What is the actual second part?
It's the outsourcing, right? So you have to find someone that will do the work for you. and that's what we're doing now, or have started a few months ago. It's just outsourcing. That would probably split your profits in half, but that would free up your time, so you can become the manager. Right?
Would you say that frees up your time? Yes, but it also allows you to gain more quantity. So, for example, you might, this is just an example, right? If you work on your own, you might get 1K per client, right? If you outsource it, you might get only 500, for example, right? You get 50% margin. But you free up your time and you can hire 5 of those people. And for example, if you can only manage 1 client by yourself, you can get 1,000. But if you can hire 5 people, only get 500, that's 500 times 5, and it's 2,500, right? And the upside is really unlimited, right? So
yeah, but that's where you start to have to manage people, right? So that's the next step, the managing, and then it's from there it's just building the systems, right? So you're gonna have to build a hiring system for the editors, the learning system for the editors, the client acquisition systems, the fulfillment systems, and then everything comes together, and that's basically
a bunch of these
business.
systems, right?
Yeah.
You have to have, right, at scale. When you're by yourself, you know everything by yourself, but in a business, you kind of have to not automate, pretty much it's automate. Either you employ someone that does the work, you have a system that employee can follow, and stuff like that. Every business has to have that. Do you agree?
Yeah.
It's actually funny because about a year ago, I think, we went on a call with someone again for some business advice, and we told him, yeah, we have this business, blah blah blah, we're doing this and that. How can we improve? And he said, what do you mean? That's not a business. That's a job.
Also, you ask them how to improve your editing.
No, our business. How to grow our business. And he was like, that's not a business, that's a job. So the business is actually the system.
So it's not about improving your skill, it's about
Building the systems.
I mean, you have to improve the product as well, right?
sure.
Yeah, we have a system for that.
Which, yeah. But first you need to actually know how to do it yourself, and then you systemize it, yeah.
Would you say that you can skip the first part of learning and editing yourself and go straight to hiring other people?
I mean, in theory you could, but it's probably not going to work out that well because you need to actually know your product. Yeah, if I didn't know video editing, it would be hard to find good video editors and to do quality control and stuff. So you should actually know how your service is done.
Would you say you can't hire a manager for that or something?
Yeah, you could, but then again, you need to trust the manager 100%. Because you can't verify yourself. You don't know if the manager actually knows how to do that, because you don't know how to do that. So you need to trust him.
Yeah, if you don't know what to expect from him, you can just be pulling your leg or something right there. And under delivering, you're overpaying him, stuff like that. And sure, and you don't know where the problem is, you can't find the problem because there's always some problem in the system that you have to fix, prove, automate, whatever. And you can't find the problem if you don't know what to look for, right?
Yeah. You don't know your service, right?
And what is the point you would recommend to anyone to, or where you found out that you should transition from executing yourself to actually starting to scale and outsourcing and building systems?
Okay, I'd say it depends what you offer and what you want out of the business. Because I would definitely have less stress with like 3 clients and a couple of thousand per month, right? Because you have 3 clients, you fulfill them, pretty simple. You do 5 hours of work per day, and you get up like $3,000. That would be great, right? However, if you want more money and you're not afraid of more responsibility, more stress, then well, you definitely need to learn your skill very good. So I'd say spend at least half a year actually learning the skill and becoming very good at it, and then slowly start looking for people.
So you pretty much need to succeed yourself before you want to scale. You want to become competent, pretty much almost top of your game. Because the better you'll be, the better your system will be. Would you agree with that?
because your employees aren't gonna be as good as you ever. They're almost always gonna be a bit worse than you
So
at
the
what you
higher
do.
standard you put on them,
Yeah.
you could expect that your employees will be a little less.
Yeah, that's why you should always get the best guy to teach new guys, because then the standard is higher.
Okay, but that's your system, right? You're teaching yourself.
Mm.
And for example, you said that other people don't teach how you teach, right? So we had that edge. But for example, if you taught someone and they would go work for someone else, so they are competent, right? Could you say that you can, for some businesses, maybe not yours, you can skip that teaching part and just employ competent people? Because if you look at the big systems, rarely you see any business, actual real business that provides teaching you, right? It is out there, but that's almost a privilege, right? That's if a business can teach it for free, like you, and then at the end guarantee you a spot, a good paying spot, a good, right? That's quite rare, wouldn't you say?
But that only goes for the positions where you don't have to think. So most businesses, like for example, if I take Amazon, it's moving boxes, like
Yeah,
you don't have
the
to teach.
robot do it pretty much, right? Yeah. It's physical labor.
Yeah, basically.
But
Well-
how yeah, go on.
Some companies actually do that, and they offer like an education, right?
Yeah.
And they pay for the education in exchange for 5 years, for example, right? Or they just straight up hire talent, but it's very hard to find and it's very expensive, right?
That's a good point. So physical labor, you don't need to, but obviously your data editing is physical labor. You just need to. It's not even. It is mental.
But it takes creativity, right?
It's crazy.
So that takes thinking and
But how do you teach creativity? That isn't really a thing that you can teach, or
yeah, it's hard to teach, right? That's
Yeah.
that's why it's expensive, right? So if you build a good system, a good teaching system, that's it. It saves you a lot of money and it makes you a ton of money, right?
and you're in charge of that, building the
Yeah.
systems. Got it. I won't go back on that. I want to ask you, right? Me and David talked less than 2 weeks ago, and you were at 6K in revenue.
Yeah.
You're at 10K now. What has changed in the meantime? How did you
I
get it?
mean, nothing really. I mean, if you look at the work, it's the same. Nothing's changed. I mean, okay, we do have a lot of work right now, so we do a bit more. But in terms of what we do, it's the same.
Well,
Yeah.
that's actually the result of a system we built, right? So we built a learning system,
Yeah.
and a hiring system. So you take care of the hiring system, and we currently take over the teaching system, right? So that's when we started. When we implemented this, the systems started running, and this is now the result, right?
Basically, yeah.
Just to fix you that I'm not in charge of hiring systems. It's client acquisition systems. Hiring, you take up more together because hiring would imply that you hire editors. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the client acquisition, you need outreachers, which you
Sure.
do go on.
And that's not hiring, that's client acquisition, right? So
But it's also hiring because you hire the guys that do client acquisition, the guys that do outreach. So it's it's kind of both. You
yeah.
went on. I mean, we found them. You went on the call. So
Yeah, but it's two different things, right? You can hire client acquisitions for client acquisition, but that's client acquisition. That's getting
Yeah.
clients, and your system hiring editors and those systems are more fulfilling the fulfillment part.
I mean, yeah, they're a bit more complex for the editors because the editors does need to have more skill than the outreacher, right? You would probably agree.
Depends. Like
Okay. Yeah, if the guy actually knows how to talk to people, then I would say it's similar.
It's not just outreach, right? It's also the
Communication and
the
closing,
callers,
appointment setting.
appointment setting and
Okay.
closers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
It's-
I mean, if they're appointment setters, then it's close. Yeah.
It's like it's all one thing, but we split it up, right? So a client acquisition, how we do it is we appointment set, and when appointments are set, we also have another guy closing the call. That could be one guy, but we split it up into appointment setters and to closers. It's like you would have an editor that would do clip selection, and another editor that would edit the subtitles and other effects. It's split up, right? So it's in theory, it is one person can do editing and one person can do client acquisition, but it's split up, right? So I would say it doesn't take more talent. It's you can't really decide like that.
Yeah, I was thinking about more of finding the leads and then sending the first message. That doesn't take talent.
Outreach.
But actually closing and appointment setting, yeah, that does take talent. Yeah.
Experience that talent is subjective, right? But even
Okay.
this talent.
Yeah.
Were you talented when you started editing?
I mean, sure, we can go there, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Let's go there.
Experience, sure.
Let's actually go there. Do you think that talent is required for success?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'd say dedication and consistency.
And delusion,
Yeah, of course.
of course. Yeah. What about you, Renee? Do you think you're a talent?
Well, it's basically just trial and error, right? It's learning from your mistakes and implementing the what you've learned, and that's how you grow.
It's different though. Like with football, which I know David you love. You actually do need talent. You can't, or with bodybuilding, if you don't have the genetics, you cannot succeed. And you
Yeah, but
can
that's not
you
right.
can train you can train how much you want. Would you say that with video and business as a whole, it's a different story?
I'd say it's the same actually, because usually, I mean, if someone trains at the gym and does everything he's supposed to, and he does it for 5 years, he's gonna have a better physique than someone who has elite genetics and never trains. So I'd say consistency actually.
But you will
does-
never, for example, if you're just born with wrong genetics, you will never
Okay, you're not gonna be pro.
pro, yeah. Or even one step next, for example, Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, no, you're never gonna be Mr. Olympia, but you're gonna look way, way better, like noticeably better than the guy that has elite genetics but never trained.
But what I'm trying to get at is, right, you work, you will get to some level, right? For some people it will be extreme, for some people it will be less good, but you will be better than if you didn't do the work, for sure. But with business, it's a little different, isn't it? Like, the cap isn't there based on your genetics or how you were born. I think even the most untalented person can become the best in business, wouldn't you say? Or even editing, for that matter. Or do you have to be born with a certain mindset?
No, I don't think so, but I do think there's like 10% of people who just do dumb.
10%.
don't
So
know
I
what's
think,
the-
do you think 90% of people, of all of the people that are watching,
Yeah, I
could
think
be.
90% could be. Yeah.
and why aren't they?
They're lazy.
Yeah, laziness, I'd say. And they don't want it enough.
But I know people, a lot of people that work a lot harder than, I won't say me, but you definitely, you know. But no, for real, like some people have 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you know. They come home, they work on their side hustle, and they still, so they aren't lazy, they work
They
hard
don't-
as fuck.
You know what? They don't have the knowledge. They are pushing very hard, but they are pushing in the wrong direction, right?
Nice. Yeah. So would you say, like, you cannot put it right? They're driving the wrong way, but they're pushing the right
Yeah.
direction. Whatever you want to say. So it's not just laziness; it's something else.
Okay, 99% of the time it's laziness. For the
For example, if you're at a job, right, and you're a builder, you'll never become a millionaire, will you?
I mean, obviously, but I don't think anyone believes he's gonna become a millionaire.
Yeah, but you
by-
said laziness, right? So,
Okay, he's not lazy, that's true.
Yeah.
But he still comes home and probably watches TV and doesn't then. try.
I know, for example, my girlfriend's father
Okay.
is a builder. He works an 8-hour shift, comes home, does some building for himself, not from himself, for as it doesn't have a business for extra work for pay, right? And then he do some car work for some people, and he stays busy all the time. That's what I'm trying to say, for some extra profit. So he does always work, but so he's definitely not lazy. He for sure works hard.
Okay, for him, I'd say it's working on the wrong things, and also he has a family, so that's different. So I'm not gonna talk too much about that because I don't know what it takes. But that's definitely a factor to have a family to raise kids. So yeah, try to start a business before you have children. It's a lot easier, and you can also go broke as much as you want.
You can take more risks,
Of course,
but
because he can like I don't know the person, but I'm just gonna assume he probably can't take on too much risk because he can't go broke because he has your girlfriend to feed.
you have to feed your
wife.
family. You have to
Yeah.
pay the bills for sure.
So he can't risk as much as I can because I don't
And
care.
you can risk as much as me because I'm living at home. I
Yeah.
have less bills than you. You
Yeah.
still have to eat. You still have to pay the bills. So where's the limit? Because you do still when you start a business, you still had some bills to pay. You have to eat.
I agree.
And you.
Yeah.
And when right. I have minimal bills. You have higher bills. My girlfriend's father has even higher bills.
Yeah, but again,
Where's the limit?
I could still ask my dad for money and it would be fine. So I didn't really have any risk.
If
That
he would
was
have
his
20k on the side and he could afford 6 months without a job,
That would change things. I'd
so
say.
there's still an option.
But I don't 20k for half a year. I don't know what his expenses are.
20k can buy more half a year probably. Would you say that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I know
He
for
has,
his specific.
he has car payments, house payments.
But
Food,
he
I don't know.
he could still succeed, right? But
He has a woman who works as well.
Yeah.
it would take longer, right?
But that's actually hard. So, but I don't think people that watch our podcast are in that position. Yeah, and I can't really give advice to that because that's actually hard. Like what we do, that's not hard. That's easy. His position is actually hard because you can't take risk, but you still want to make money, and that's actually difficult.
Okay, but for the people that are watching, right?
For all the 20-year-olds and 16, 17-year-olds, you're on easy mode.
Okay, so for anyone, they might have a job, they might have something, right? But they want to have more, right? They have 1k, 2k pay, and if you do have a job, your cap is pretty much 2.5k. If you work 5-10 years, you get some raise. I don't really know anyone, maybe a doctor that makes more than 3k per year, right? So they can work. My point is, they can work as hard as they fucking want, but they will never get over 3k. So no matter how much they work, how much, So apart from laziness, there's still the factor you have to look what you're pushing, right? You can push as hard as you want, but like you said, if you push in the right direction, you won't get to the destination.
Every once in a while, you have to step back. For example, every 6 months, step back.
I'd say a month or 2 months.
Or
like 2 months tops.
yeah, but if you try a new business,
Okay,
Try
yeah,
for a
yeah,
month.
sure. If you try
depends
something
on
new.
the thing that you're trying, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to start a business, go as hard as you fucking can for 6 months, a year. Step back, look at what you've made, where you could improve, improve your plan, right? Without a plan, you won't get anywhere, and you'll eventually get there with trial and error.
But I would even say before that, you can go straight away at it, try for 6 months, try to see how it works, but you can actually look at what you're trying to do. Either it's video editing, either it's going for a job, for a builder, for example, like we discussed. Look at other people, right?
Who are successful, who actually have
And
what you want.
the field you're pursuing, right? So look at other successful build. This is a good point. If you want to be a builder, look at other successful builders, right? Look at their lives. For example, most of them, I know they're hard workers. They can have good families, but most of them, come home, watch sports games, TV, drink beer. And if you're cool with that, sure, go pursue that, right? And obviously also want to look at the negatives, right? They do have free time, they do have families, but they work hard as fuck. They work in the sun, right? Look at the success. That's the best builder, is that right? And then, for example, look at the editor. What do the best editors have? for example, you work minimally. You can take David as an example. They work nothing, but they get paid a lot, right? And yeah, that's a good point you made. Look at the best performer in the field you go and see what the actual potential even is. If you succeed, even if you succeed as a builder, for example, you will still have a certain type of pay and lifestyle. For example, if you go push the same amount of effort on video editing, you will have a different life. You know?
Yeah, but you should also, if you're doing something for a year, you should keep learning. Because like in video editing, it's intuitive to keep learning. You're always gonna grow. If you do some manual labor job, you're not really growing because you're usually just repetitions and you're doing the same thing. If you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, then you're not really growing. You should do something that you can grow in and actually get better. Because working a job is usually just repetitions, and you get to a point and then you just stay there for the next 5 years and you don't improve.
Physical labor, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
That's another discussion. One thing is how much is earning potential and stuff, and your lifestyle, your free time. The other thing is how much you grow doing that job. And I think a job can still be growth. For example, salespeople.
Yeah, okay, sales. Yeah, sales is a good one. Sales has basically infinite. It doesn't have like
Growth,
cap.
infinite growth, earning potential. It depends where you work.
I mean, it's infinite. You can
It's
sell
not
houses. You can sell $10 million houses.
Some still, we're talking about jobs right here. So,
Okay,
for example, when I was a salesperson, I didn't have no commission.
Okay, well, if you don't work on commission, that's different. If you work on commission, then there's basically no limit. Because people buy houses. That means someone has to sell the house, and there's houses for 50 million. Someone is making that commission.
Yeah, but you aren't selling 50 houses a day.
You can sell like 3 per month, and you get.
So
let's
there
say,
is a
half
cap.
mil.
There is a
I
cap.
mean, okay, there's a cap, but the cap
There-
is at millions. I would say sales caps at
Um,
millions.
If you look at a particular car salesman, for example,
Okay.
a good car salesman, for example, sells. It depends where. For someone, 10 cars a day is bad. For some dealership, 1 car per day is good. But for example, in Slovenia, nobody is selling 10 cars a day. You know. So for example, 1 car per day is the average. You probably have 1 day for 5 cars. That dealership, there's still a cap. You won't be making millions.
I mean, yeah, but who says you need to be a car salesman? There's expensive stuff to sell. When people buy expensive stuff, that means someone is selling expensive stuff.
But back to the point, if you're a salesperson,
Yeah.
you still wanna see.
I
If
mean,
you're
of course.
at that dealership, you wanna see who is the best salesperson in the dealership
Yeah,
and
yeah.
look at him. Right, he's making the best salesperson is making 100K a year, so you can expect.
There's a cap on the dealership,
Yes,
but there's not a cap on sales. Because you don't need to be in the dealership.
yeah, sure.
You can be selling expensive stuff, right?
What is the particular thing you're having? Like houses, real estate?
I mean, okay, I'm not a salesperson, I don't really know, but it's pretty logical. If someone buys the house, someone is selling it, and someone is making a commission on a $50 million house. And I'd say it's quite a good commission.
Sure, for sure, it's a good commission, but again, it's still a job there, and you can still look at the top layers, right?
Yeah.
And you're assuming, but you can physically look at the top layer and say, okay, at the car dealership, the best seller is making 100K, and at the real estate, the best one is making $500,000 or $1 million, whatever. Right? It's more, but still a cap. And with business, I'm trying to say, with business, there is
Okay.
no cap. You know?
Yeah.
Because if you have a job, you can't employ other people.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the main difference.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there is a cap, and business really doesn't have a cap, but what I try to say is that you can make a shit ton of money in sales. You don't really need to learn
Sure.
people skills. You
Sure.
can live an incredible life if
But you won't
master
make
sales.
100 million.
I don't know.
Even in sales, you will make it probably. You
in
know?
a year? In a year?
Total. In a year, whatever.
I
You
think
know,
you could. I think you could.
I don't think there's a single salesperson that's making it. Not a single one.
Depends how you define salesperson, but I'd say there is.
A person who has an employer above him.
I don't know.
I think a milli is crazy.
Per year. I mean, yeah, obviously it's a lot, but I think there's someone out there.
So, would you suggest someone to go? That's a good salesperson, right? For example, there is another good point. If you're a good salesperson, why the fuck are you still in a job? For example, because my mentor when I was a salesperson, he was apparently making millions a year for the company, but he was getting paid less than 100K, right? Obviously. And if he would have taken his knowledge and took the risk and do it on himself and sold his own product, he could make a lot more.
Yeah, but there's a risk, and he just didn't want to take that risk,
We did know better.
or he didn't know. I think he knew. I don't know, how old is he?
My mentor is like 70, but
I mean, at some point in 70 years, I think he just didn't want to take the risk. I mean, you get like in 70 years, you talk to enough people, someone that would have told him like, start your own thing, 100%.
but that's sales, okay. But for video editing, I'm sure you could get employed somewhere.
Yeah.
Why did you start a business not just to get employed? Are you at that risk
Oh,
taker?
yeah, but I mean, the cap for a video editor is, I'd say, a lot lower than a salesperson. So I knew like I wouldn't get rich being a video editor. However, being an owner of a video editing agency, you can get.
Okay, so you saw that as the top firm. You
uh,
looked at the best case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, best case, if we're looking at video editing in total, I'd say 10K per month. Best case. I mean, okay, you can do Marvel movies and you probably make more, but let's say 10K right now. And even that's probably to get to 10K, that's hard as a video editor.
It's harder to get to 10K individually than with an agency, would you say? Or
I'd say it's easier with an agency, yeah.
it takes different type of skills.
Obviously, yeah.
Because if you look at it like that, why wouldn't every editor go with an agency? There are still people that are editors and are employed, right? And are making, for example, 5K. And why would they not all of them go pursue their own agency? They can easily make easier. You said 10K. So it's
I wouldn't say it's easier in terms of skill it takes.
if you put the same amount of effort into that one, into each one, you will get more easier with an agency. But you would say that there's more risk to that.
Yeah, 100% more risk, yeah.
Is that probably the main factor?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. More risk and probably more stress with an agency.
But you said something about success before, and I want to ask Renee that before you, and I want to ask both of you guys. You said something about reaching success, but what actually is success to you?
It's freedom, right? At least for me. So I want to do whatever I want. I don't want to be told by other people what I can do, that I have to wear a mask, that I can't travel, stuff like that, right? So the ultimate success for me is freedom.
So would you want to wear a mask? And about disease
no.
came?
Fuck no. Especially if it's a fake disease.
Were there any incidents in the past where there were a fake disease?
I think about
We're on YouTube. We're on YouTube. No fake diseases. Everything was real.
Yeah, same. I'm thinking about it, but I can't.
Yeah, doesn't really come up. Fake disease. Never.
First time.
Don't think about
So I think you're tripping.
maybe
Obviously.
maybe I was
it.
dreaming.
Maybe he's drunk or something. Yeah.
He did drink some Jägermeister before. I forced him. But you said freedom.
Yeah.
Are you free right now?
I'm not. No, I can't go wherever I want. If a new disease would come, I would have
Why
to-
the exclamation marks?
Some crazy disease that you
Yeah.
have to be locked in your house. Imagine.
I can't imagine.
I would still have to be locked.
Why?
Right? You would. I remember you had to have a business if you wanted to travel to another town. So no. I don't
So
think
at
I
this
can
point, if another such disease
yeah,
would come,
Yeah.
would you be able to travel?
probably not. No.
You
Well,
have a
maybe
business.
now. Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
But still, if I want to go to, for example, Portugal,
yeah,
you
could-
can't fly with a normal plane, right?
So you were
could fly
aiming
with
for a private jet. Is that
Yeah,
what
for
you're saying?
example.
private jet, or if you have a company in Portugal and then you can write yourself something that you have to do something there and then you get a pass.
But you need money for that, so
But let's objectify it. How much?
I don't know, honestly.
I'd say, well, it depends. If there's no imaginary virus, I'd say 10 to 20k.
Imaginary virus. Okay.
10 to 20k, I'd say 20k is enough profit per person.
You said 20k per month.
Yeah, profit. I'd say that's enough to have a lot of freedom. However, if an imaginary virus would come, you'd probably need more. Because there's definitely benefits to having multiple passports, having, let's say a trust somewhere, and then you can you can give yourself permission for various things.
So when will you look back at it objectively and say, I made it? At what point? You have to set a goal to achieve it, right?
Yeah, well, our current goal is 100k per month, but who knows where we go, right? Everything could change like that, so I don't know, honestly.
100k and there's 4 of you and it's not novel profit, but I would say that when you hit that goal, that's when you'll be free.
I don't know.
Will probably be at 10k per person profit.
Still, 10k, that's 6 figures per year.
Yeah, that's a nice
That's
number.
Especially with our, in our country, I don't think 1% of people make that much money.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's always another level, right?
We discussed that you will never be at the end, but
Yeah.
you can be still ambitious for more and say I'm currently successful.
Maybe it's gonna be family, you know?
Yeah, but goals change, right?
Yeah.
And right now you do have a goal, and it's you said 100k and freedom.
Well, that 100k will give me freedom, right?
So that's the money. But what you'll buy with the money, you said you have the ability to create multiple passports, travel everywhere you want, no matter the limitations, imaginary limitations,
Yeah.
sports limitations.
By the government. Oh. Never happened.
Deep.
Can't imagine that.
But what else? Is it like buying a nice car? Is it what is else from travel?
A car is nice, but I'd say freedom is better. To just go where you want, when you want.
Time freedom and location freedom.
Yeah,
That's the main thing.
that's number one, yeah. And then car is number two. But I mean, car is nice, but I'd say freedom is more important, yeah.
Okay, got it. So, but you have 100k a month, right? You reach the goal. Will you just save the money for in the instance that imaginary whatever comes,
No,
or will you actually buy something?
you prepare, right?
Yeah.
You buy the passports, you buy
Okay.
the stuff that can later on help you, right? In those cases. The
So you,
imaginary-
if you make 100k, that's what I'm trying to say. You would only buy passports and nothing else.
No, probably. We could probably spend some of it, right?
I don't know.
On hookers.
Maybe, yeah. And
There's probably gonna be
And
another autistic Excel sheet detailing everything, like where every dollar goes, and then we're just gonna go with the Excel sheet.
yeah, but you do have to have some fun in life, right?
Yeah.
So we are probably gonna spend some of them.
Yeah, 20%, like it says in the Excel sheet. Fun.
First K goes straight in the car. I can tell it.
100k?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
He doesn't think so right now. When it actually happens, when you see 1 0 0 0 0 0 in your bank account, it's a different feeling, isn't it?
I mean, even if you do buy, like, if you're like 23 and you have $100,000 profits, that's nice.
Bro, you're not 23 or 20.
I mean, yeah, I'm 20 now. Yeah, we're probably gonna be 21.
You think so? Okay,
We're gonna be 21.
write it down.
100k or 21
In the next year, you'll be at 100k.
this year.
Your prediction. This?
This year.
In the next half a year.
Necessarily. It's more than half. No, it's actually half. Yeah, shit. Okay, half year.
Goal set. Live on the podcast. And
Yeah.
you
It's all
set the goal
We need to
a
do
good
it
week
now.
ago. You set a goal a good week ago and you crushed it
Yeah.
and the fourth of the time, like third of the time. So
Yeah.
We'll see you at the end of summer. And
I'm gonna go home right now and tell the guys, okay, you're not gonna sleep for the next half a year. We need 100k.
Here are some pills. Here's the
Trucks,
work.
do what you need. Just get me to 100k.
Yeah, but isn't that? You said that's your job, scaling.
Yeah. But someone has to do the work.
Yeah, you won't do the work. You're too lazy.
You know what? I'll build the system. They'll do the work.
Okay.
And-
And I'll think about it.
Yeah. You can think.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Yeah.
I have two questions, but
That sounds like a plan.
I wanna.
That sounds like a
I want
plan.
to ask you this: how did the other two guys wanna also be in your position, or did they say I wanna work?
I mean, it wasn't really what you want to do. It was just
What you're good at?
facts, what you're good at. Yeah.
So you accept that I'm shit at this.
Yeah.
So if you're shit at something, you actually get the easier job. I think that's.
I mean, we were worse at videos, but we were better at scaling them.
So you're saying you're smarter than them.
Yes. No. No. But yes. No, I'm kidding.
Sure, no, just kidding.
I mean, just what you're better at.
Yeah, so we're gonna trying to ask how did you decide, and you said you are looking at objectively and decide what is someone better at.
Yeah. Why should I do videos? If my videos aren't as good as theirs, and I can do this other thing that I'm better at. Like for example, our website. I build the website myself, right? Because I'm the best at building websites. Why should he also help with the website? It's stupid, right? You should just do what you're
Did
best
you
at.
ever? So you're pretty much saying right now, what you're best at, what you in the group, that's what you do. But for example, if there was one outlier that didn't have anything like that, what would then happen?
I mean, you have something. You need to be. You.
For example, you aren't the strongest, you aren't the best at video editing, you aren't the best at website. You're good at everything, but you aren't the best in anything.
I mean, if you're good at everything, you can just be the emergency guy and just fix. I mean, go where you need to.
So would you?
There's
do
always something. You know, you can always use someone for something.
you have like a criteria, not anything, but subconsciously, that if someone would start to, I don't know, you got a girlfriend, for example, and you would start to be like slacking, whatever, would there be any type of point where any of you four guys would follow?
Here's the thing: he's with his girlfriend for like 1 or 2 days, and he's with us for 5. So I don't think the girlfriend has a chance.
So
Honestly, it's numbers. We have more than twice the time with him. She doesn't have a chance.
so for anyone that doesn't know, they live together, right? So
Yeah. I don't think that's. Yeah.
And he would also get bullied. So
I mean, yeah, that's the method of correction.
Yeah.
Bullying.
and if bullying does work, beating up us. Yeah. So you think there is 0% chance possibility you will stick together until the end?
Well, we'll see about that, but
You'll be old together looking at the empire you built.
we will see. We don't.
everything can change.
I mean, once you get to a point where you're making like 20k profit, if someone wants to relax, sure, like you can exit the business.
Also, if
and
we
really sell
if we
part of it.
automate this,
Yeah.
we are gonna have to do other stuff, right? And if we can do that together, that's the best
Yeah.
possibility. But we'll see, right?
Okay, I think I had one more question and I will follow up on this. But the other question was you're making profits, right? And there's 4 of you and you pretty much have 25% equity each in the business. Is that how it works?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And you said something about like Excel sheet, right? 24% goes there and stuff. How do you actually decide? How do you get paid, right? You're at the point right now that you make 10k, right? How do you decide how much someone gets?
We have an Excel sheet, an autistic Excel sheet.
Do we tell
So
the
we
numbers?
track everything. Numbers for what we take in profit, I'm sure. We take right now, we kept our profit at 1k. So that's 4k out of the 10 is profit. Everything we invest or people we need to pay, and then everything that's left over just stays in the bank account for now. And we're trying to build like a safety net and get like a couple $10,000 in there, so we don't ever need to worry about it. So like if something goes to
For
shit,
a car.
It's no. It's for emergencies.
You
It's
said
business
passports are the number one, David. You know.
Yeah, well, for investing.
I wouldn't even say investing.
As a safety net.
It's a safety net. Yeah, number one safety net. So if everything goes to shit, we don't need to go to.
But you have zero expenses right now.
No, we have expenses.
You have expenses?
What do you
Editors?
mean in terms of personal or business expenses?
Business.
I mean, you're on a commission. So
That's a commission.
yeah, but it's an expense you need to pay.
Yeah, but you don't need to have an emergency for that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, obviously not, but
the
we
editors.
have editors to pay. We invest in stuff, but we
But
don't,
editors also.
we can't. We wouldn't really. We can't really operate at a loss because if we don't have clients, we're at zero. We can't really go. I don't think. Do we pay for anything? I mean, there's some services. There's like I don't know, maybe 200 euro per month. That's some like I don't know. Banking is $7, €7 per month. And there's some other subscriptions we have,
But that's-
Also,
but we can cut that to zero.
also, if a client would fuck us over, don't do that if you're a client. We
will come for
be
you.
Over, right? We would be over, right? But now that we are not spending all of the profits and we have some cash collected on the side, we can pay the editors, right? If we get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, we usually operate that the client pays us first and then we do work. But let's say the client says he's gonna pay next week, and you're like, okay, whatever, we trust you, and then he doesn't pay. So we have like a week's worth of videos. That's like $300 maybe. It's not that bad. We can't really operate at a loss because it's a service-based business.
And you get paid upfront.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, right? Because I'm thinking about a lot of businesses, and almost every business has some expense to keep the lights on, right? And they have stress, and if they don't meet the deadlines or the criteria, they go under, and that's how businesses fail. But for your business, you're pretty much fail-proof almost. aren't you?
Yeah, because we're small. Once you get big, you need to. Well, we're gonna need managers. We're gonna need quality control. That's gonna be retainers, like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4K retainers, right? Depending on what you need.
But
Depending
still,
on
You get big, you get managers, but you go under, you take a loss, you don't have the money anymore. You can just scale back down. Okay, couldn't you? You can just go back to editing yourself, couldn't you?
Yeah, but you actually need to be smart because I mean, it's tough in that position. What should you do? Should you fire the managers? Should you fire the retainers and go back to it yourself, or should you trust that we make it through this month, and then it's gonna be fine, right? It's tough.
But then you're back to almost zero, like a few K per month because of one client that didn't pay, right? And we don't want that.
Yeah, but we can't really go under because of one plant. Yeah. No.
For example, if it was a
If
very
it was
big
a-
client,
yeah, okay, maybe, yeah, sure. Yeah. But that's why you need to have the safety net that we're building right now, right?
So you made 10K profit this month,
Revenue, not
revenue.
Yeah.
Could you share how much of that is profit? And based on what do you say? You do most of the editing yourself, right? So the difference between revenue and profit would mostly be how much you pay your editors. Is there anything other
I mean,
difference?
Yeah. I'd say a bit more than a half will be profit by the end of the
Yeah, but
month.
the expense is what you pay the editors. Is there any other expense?
X.
Taxes,
Okay.
yeah.
So you
and with,
have an Excel sheet of this
Yeah.
for tax also.
yeah.
Nice. And you that is deducted from the revenue, obviously, right?
Mhm.
So, what's the total profit?
Well, we'll see. Probably 6, 7 by the end of the month.
And like you said, from that it goes to tax and editors, and that's all. That's it.
Yeah, that is.
But you said that you only split 4K between.
Yeah, we've maxed our profit per month so that we don't first spend it on bullshit. Yeah, that we don't need, like alcohol, clothes, stuff like that. Right? Hookers, cocaine.
That's
That's a joke. It's definitely
Joke.
for the girlfriends. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other stuff, for example, let's say we get to 20K, right? And we need someone, a manager, right? That we need to put on a retainer. You can just take that money that we have on the side and just put him on a retainer, right? So it is investing, right?
So it's investing, but you said 6 to 7k was profit, and you may expect with yourself 4k. So there's 3k left over, and that always goes into that
That's gonna stay in the
savings
back
account.
account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And testing. For example, if you wanted to, we
Yeah.
were just talking of I think a week, 2 weeks ago, about ads, right? If we wanted to test ads, we need money, right? And
Yeah.
that helps us in a way that we don't have to save money in our personal lives, right? We can just take the money that we didn't take out and is meant for investing and
Yeah.
testing.
So let's say we wanted to do ads, we can blow 1,000 on ads, and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. Because we learned some things, we saw what worked, but didn't. If we wanted to do, let's say, ads, or maybe we have a rewards-based system in our server, Discord server, which is costing us right now $150 per week, which is also testing to see what the results are going to be out of that.
So you pretty much split it into a percentage that you split between yourselves, which is for your expenses, personal life, and stuff like that.
It's not even a percentage; it's just fixed 1k per person.
Oh, so even if you make
Yeah.
30k next
Yeah,
month,
it's
you
all staying
also
in
take
the-
1k.
Yeah.
So you live below your means, pretty much. You could, for example, upgrade an apartment, but you, for right now, are comfortable.
I mean, we need to upgrade to a better apartment. We would need like 30k at least saved up, because once you upgrade the apartment, your expenses go up, and you need more savings in case something goes to shit.
So,
you can
so
stay
you're
there.
pretty strategic about your
Yeah.
investing.
Because we could go into a better apartment right now, but we can, if it goes to shit next month, we can stay in this new apartment for like 2 months, and then we're out of money. So that's stupid, right? You should have like at least half a year in savings.
And the business savings or personal savings?
Personal savings.
Personal savings.
Okay, but so you pretty much have two bank accounts, your personal ones, all four of you, and there is one separate account for the business.
Yeah.
So it's just an account that it's separate and it's meant for the business.
Yeah.
And how do you decide? How do you have a meeting? All four of you take a vote or what? Where the money goes out of the business account.
Yeah, we have a meeting.
I mean, it's just, we live together, so it's like, I'm gonna try this. Is anyone against this? No. Okay, great. And then I spend the money.
I'll spend a K on a hookers. Is anyone against it?
And then if one is against it, but two aren't, they win, right? It's three versus
I mean, we
one.
do actually argue.
Does
and-
that happen a lot?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. But then you have a debate, right? And then you discuss it, and then you try to logically come to a conclusion what's better.
Was it ever like 2-2? Two are against it and two are for
Yeah,
it?
and then we have a discussion.
What,
then it's actually a meeting.
is a
right?
discussion like a 2-2 boxing match? No.
No, we actually try to, solve it
It
logically.
works.
And you always manage to come up to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of businesses fail because of that, because of they have two owners and they can't get along, for example. You know?
Yeah. But it's not that, it's way less personal. There's 4, I'd say.
You would say it's easier.
And also, we try to be as non-emotional as possible. So it's just like, this is for what I'm trying to buy, and these are the cons, right? Pros and cons, and then you just go over it and discuss it. And
You have similar mindsets.
yeah,
Which is a would you say that that's a consequence of you guys living together because you will have your own lives, maybe you would be with your girlfriend during the week or something, you wouldn't be locked in as much, you will be consuming all of your separate content, right? You would have different environment and you would develop a different mindset.
Well, first of all is because we live together. Well, we spend way too much time together, so if we don't agree on something, like our mindset is different, we'll talk about it
Nice.
and then come to a logical conclusion,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's
we won't ever leave it alone.
Yeah.
It comes back comes back,
Exactly.
and then you come to like a conclusion.
And it's super easier because you live together. But coming back to the point, should every business owner live with the all business owners live together?
I mean, I don't know about every business owner, but I will say this: if you're young and you're trying to achieve something, move in with people who think like you. I will say that, yeah.
You don't have to, but it will grow way
It's
faster.
way easier, yeah.
Yeah, but on that topic, we also already heard David's opinion. But what was your mindset to that decision?
Yeah, well, we think a lot alike.
Yeah, you wait. So you were in high school at that point, right? Or did you finish high school?
Yeah,
I think, right at the end.
when we moved in together.
Yeah, when you were discussing moving.
Yeah,
and
it was at the end of our last year in high school.
Probably in holiday, right?
What?
Probably during holiday, summer holiday.
And the
So
summer.
after school.
Yeah.
So we actually what we did
No, make it. Not vacation.
summer.
Yeah, you know what I
Summer,
mean.
summer
Summer
break.
break.
Yeah, break, not holiday. Jesus.
What we actually did was we were already working on the same business, and then we just got together. I think it was on a call, and
Maybe.
then I don't know why, but we decided we wanted to go to school, to college. It was a horrible idea looking back, but
Would not recommend.
maybe if we didn't, we would never live together.
Yeah, but we actually needed the school as a excuse for our parents, right?
Would it be weird if you did go to school and say, "I'm just moving in with 3 guy friends"?
There would be a lot more resistance from the parents.
Why would they be resist? Would it because of sauce reasons or?
And they want the best for you, right? And
Yeah. And they would think that
What-
you're gonna be partying.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But you aren't partying. You're just at
Yeah.
home on your laptop all day.
Yeah.
Do they believe you or?
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, once they see the results, it's hard to deny, right?
And do you show them the results or how do you know the results?
I mean, I don't really show off, but if they ask, I tell them.
What's their reaction?
I mean, supportive, positive.
Are they shocked? Are they just supportive? Are they
I mean, okay.
withdrawn?
We're making 10k revenue, that's 6k profit, and there's 4 of us. I don't think there's anything to be that shocked about. So,
I mean,
it's
even
nice.
even that, how many businesses, like we were talking statistics on our podcast, I think you are probably in locally probably in top 1%. Globally, maybe not, but locally, I'm looking at these small businesses, which usually, I'm talking about builders that hire other builders, right? And these type of businesses.
Maybe not. You know why? Because they have a lot of like if someone does roofing, for example,
Yeah.
a roof is very expensive, right? So they maybe have 40k revenue in a month and only get like
Okay,
3 or
but
4K.
yeah, that's true. But profit margins are usually quite small.
Yeah.
Let's
brick and mortar.
profit margins, which is 6k a month, even though it is 4 of you, but it's still business. That's
I mean, it's decent, yeah. It's nothing to be shocked
Okay.
about, I'd say, but it's nice.
I also want to ask you about your parents, but firstly, I want to finish it up. So, you were finished up at school and you were already working on this thing,
Yeah.
and how did you weren't in a video editing school, right? There's no school for video editing, is there?
Yeah, actually, the reward was
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
that's an online course. That's online
Yeah.
school, right?
Yeah.
we decided
No formal educational video editing. No.
Yeah. So, you, 2 guys were schoolmates. 1 other guy was schoolmates, and the 4th one wasn't.
the third one actually came after.
Fourth.
So the fourth one came.
They're
after.
numbered.
Yeah.
You're number 4.
He knows who it is.
The least important one.
No, so what? There was 3 of us, yes, and we actually sat down together. I think it was even on a call, and we were just looking on the map of Slovenia, and we were just looking for schools that we could go to.
Oh, yeah.
And we were looking at Koper, Ljubljana, and
Poker.
yeah,
It's
every school in Slovenia, right? And we decided at the end we are going to Maribor, and yeah, then we moved in together. We were we were doing, we were working our whole day. And actually, we were still going to school then. We are still in school now, but
Technically, yeah.
technically, yeah.
So you were friends, and how did you all start the same thing?
Actually, it was the very beginning. You want to know the very beginning?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah,
So the very beginning was I joined the Hustlers University.
you were the first one.
I was. The
If it
first
wasn't for you, this business would
No.
not exist.
one. So you can thank me.
He's the founder, actually, the actual founder.
Yeah. So I joined Hustlers University. That was about 3 or 4 years ago. It was the start of the Hustlers University. When it all started, and I joined the Hustlers University, and I started doing copywriting, and I was doing that like it was on and off. I was doing it a few days. I was slacking, right? And this is probably what it would look like for the rest of my life if we weren't living together. It's very hard to make it alone. And then I don't think it's right to introduce the
Yeah.
Hustlers University.
So yeah, you were the at this
yeah,
point
I
you're the
joined
only
first.
one in the
Yeah.
Hustlers University.
Yeah.
So
I knew about it, but I didn't know you were in it.
you
So I
hated
knew
him at
it
this
ex-
point.
Yeah.
No. I was actually like, I liked him. I was following him, and I knew about his university, but I didn't really consider joining yet. But you said you were inside.
Yeah, and then it was Tim and you that joined. It was a few months after me, and then Tim started doing affiliate marketing, and he got you into it as well, right? And then I was doing copywriting, so they were making the videos, and I was writing mails, all the copy, and we were kind of like a small team, right? And I don't think we actually made any money before we joined. We moved in together. I
Yeah.
think it was a few sales. That
It
you
was
guys
like
did.
200 max
Yeah, 200.
dollars.
And then we wanted to move in together and like take it seriously, right?
So there were all four of you.
No, I was 3, and then like a
So when you
year-
moved in, you were three.
yeah,
Alright, okay.
and then a year later, I think he.
The fourth guy, he also had the same mindset as us, but
He
He
saw he would be a good
no,
partner to.
he actually also joined the Hustlers University,
Mhm.
and because he saw that it's a thing that works, right? So he started doing the same thing, and after his school, he would come into our apartment and work with us, and we
But then he
just-
just stayed over
Yeah.
a couple of times. They were like, okay, you can stay here now.
And did you have a bed for him or?
No,
he slept on
there's
the
a
couch.
couch.
We still only have 3 beds.
Yeah, we have 3 beds. There's 4 of us.
And does the homeowner know about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. And you started, you were in school, everyone was procrastinating.
I was at least.
Everyone.
David was as
Everyone
well,
was
we talked in depth. And so you guys are pretty much just normal guys. You procrastinate as well, you go on your phones as well. And the main thing that pushed you to the next is just the moving in. It's literally the
Yeah.
only productivity that
That's
pushed you
it.
to the next level.
Yeah, that's it.
You don't need to have a timer. You don't need to have X, Y, Z. You don't need to not eat or something. You,
You
just
don't need any special method, any hack. You
just moving in
that's
together.
it.
Have
Yeah.
accountability. And would you say that there were 3 of you? When the fourth guy came, or were there even more accountability, or was it pretty much the same?
Pretty much the same,
Right.
I'd say, yeah.
So, for everyone watching this, would it be the same if they moved in with another? There were 2 of them, like someone moves in with one of their friends, because
I don't know. If there's 2 of them, the dynamic kind of changes. Because when there's 3, there's a group, right? I don't know about.
Yeah, and the 2 of them can go on a single guy, right? And it's a little different.
Yeah,
it's a little better.
The dynamic
if,
changes.
if one guy wants to go, for example, out and drink, and if it's two of them, you can't really.
You can go
convince
two on
them.
one. Yeah.
Uh,
If there's two guys, there's one on one, so it's that.
so you would say a minimum amount of people you recommend to work as well as it worked for you is 3.
Yeah, I mean 2 is way better than 1 probably, but I'd say 3 is kind of where the dynamic kind of.
I see all these stories on Instagram and stuff like that of 2 guys succeeding, and
I mean, if it probably works, yeah, way better than 1, that's for sure.
but
But
you are
I'd
one
say 3 is a bit better, yeah.
yeah.
There is a huge jump from 1 to 2,
And there are small jump.
a
probably.
small jump 3, 4, and then
Then there's after 4. there's-
declines,
Yeah, it probably.
And
declines.
after 5, it probably goes down, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
I'd
just.
say after 4. Probably.
So you think a perfect number?
Yeah, you can join.
You can join.
No, but I'd say 5 would probably work. However, you need to be selective, right? Like if you're all 5 and on the same mission, I'd say it can probably work up to 7, and then you're gonna start running out of space.
Just moving with people, right? And
But they need to be on the same mission, because if you're moving in with 3 crackheads, you're gonna be the first one, right?
Obviously, we already talked about this, but yeah, obviously, like-minded people,
Yeah.
because if other 3 people are partying, you will also be partying, right? So
This is a crucial step. You can't miss this.
because
Yeah.
I think I don't know anyone else that moved in together and work on the same business. But I know a lot of people, like especially in college, they move in
Yeah.
and they party together, and it's
Yeah.
obviously
I mean,
night and day difference.
they're achieving their goal, right?
They
Their
are
goal
achieving
is
their goal.
partying, get as drunk as possible, get some girls, and probably achieving it.
Some of them aren't
Probably
even
achieving
girls.
it better than the guy who's partying by himself.
That's true. So, if your goal is to party, obviously it would also be beneficial.
Yeah.
But we are here for hustle, to get money and grow, right? If you want to grow, if that's your goal, move in with people that have single.
Yeah.
Nice. And where were we? So you moved in together. When you moved in, the business popped off. There were 3 of you, then 4 of you. You just kept improving, and that's kind of the start we didn't mention in the first podcast because the main guy wasn't here.
we are here because of me.
He's taking credit. But yeah, I actually have a lot more some more questions on here because that's pretty much the whole business side, right? We discussed your roles, how you dynamics. Actually, one thing I want to ask you is more of the arguing side because
The website?
I'm thinking how I could, what was because you said you have the money down. If someone after at some point wants to go out a different path, that's also cool. If you can really have arguments because you get to the bottom of everything. So would you say that you're indestructible as far as the bond goes? Because I would imagine a lot of people that move in together, they have a lot the same goals, but they still get into arguments. That's probably the main thing that comes up. I could come up with that. If you move in together, you still have the same goals. You could still get into arguments and fight and.
You shouldn't forget why you're arguing, right? You need to put the emotions aside and just look at the facts. Because you're not gonna like that he's proving you wrong, so you're gonna try your best to prove him wrong. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's right. It just matters what's actually best to do, right? So you should really put your emotions and your ego aside and just, we're doing this to make this thing better, right? So if he's right, it gets better, and if I'm right, it gets better. We're really just trying to see who's right so we can do that. Not who's right so we can see who's better.
So
right?
the end goal is still mutual.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, right? But we try to stick to that, yeah.
And it's not perfect, but what, did it get easier with time? And did you, when you moved in, did you have more problems than you have now? Or was it always just smooth?
I think it's the same.
I think it gets better. I think it's getting better.
What was like the first week when you moved in? Like that's actually just popped in, and like you always lived by yourself, and obviously everyone has this transition from living at your parents to then living on your own or with your girlfriend. But what does it feel like to move in with two of your best mates?
I mean, it's right.
But did you do anything special? Just move in, you said, "Wow, that's perfect." back to the
I
laptop.
mean, because we actually knew why we were there. We knew why we were there, what we were gonna do, and what the plan is. So we moved in, got on the laptop.
So you did the same thing that you do right now.
I mean,
Sounds
okay,
sad.
obviously we solve different problems right now.
Now,
Because
okay.
before we were video editors, right now we have an agency. It's different, but we're at the laptop. Yeah, looks the same.
Okay. You live together, and you said you wanna do that always. I wanna ask you. That's your kind of hack. But do you have any more productivity hacks that you have apart from drugs?
I actually have one, yeah, that David really doesn't like. So
Okay.
it's the sleep schedule.
Oh, okay.
You get so much done. So you already explained
Yeah.
how the thing goes. But yeah, you basically sleep how much? 6 hours.
6 hours.
No, you still sleep like that.
No.
This schedule. Okay.
When we move out into a bigger house, I'll probably try and do that again.
Because now
So what will you try to do?
The sleep cycle, so the 6 hours. So what you do is sleep can be broken down in
Into cycles, 1.5
into cycles.
cycles.
Yeah, it's 1.5 hours. So you could sleep.
It's like zones, right? Deep sleep, and you go in and
Yeah.
back out, right?
Yeah, that's the one zone, and I don't know how many you need. I think it's 3 or 4 a night. So you can save 2 hours a day. I honestly I don't like sleeping 8 hours a day because I get tired in the afternoon. I want to sleep 2 times a day, so it would be better to just sleep a little less at night and then a little.
You
Yeah.
sleep every day, 2 times a day.
No, I don't because
Okay.
because of them. Right?
They won't leave you.
I mean, no, it's difficult because we have one bedroom and then one living room, right? And we work in the living room, so you can't really sleep
You
there.
kind of have to adjust each other.
Yeah, we
So,
have to. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why we're actually thinking about moving into a better apartment, just for
Yeah.
more bedrooms, so everyone can sleep better.
Is
yeah.
living with your friends just like a never-ending sleepover?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to work because you won't allow yourself to enjoy it. Right?
Yeah. But then work becomes enjoyable because the brain adjusts, right?
Yeah,
The brain adjusts.
dopamine and stuff. Like
Yeah, so you actually start enjoying work.
You enjoy not sleeping, for example.
No,
or-
I don't. He
Actually,
does.
you know Arno, right? From the
Yeah, from the campus. Yeah.
he did that thing, but he ordered it a little differently, and he slept 2 hours a day.
2 hours.
2 hours a day.
That can be
I
hard.
don't know if it was also Einstein or some of the geniuses. They slept 2 hours a night, yeah. And what they
But
did,
that can't be sustainable ever.
yeah, it is
Sustainable.
it is sustainable, but you basically sleep in increments, right? So you sleep 20 minutes, then I don't know the math, but for example, you're awake 1.5 hour, then you sleep 20 minutes again, and it repeats that. It makes the perfect circle. But if you miss one sleep, 20 minutes, you're fucked for a week. So that's the thing. You don't want to miss.
That's actually a thing that is.
Yeah,
real.
people do that. Yeah,
And have you tried it?
I haven't tried that.
Why not?
It would probably be impossible.
Yeah.
Because we live together, right?
Yeah, it's.
Couldn't you go for a nap or something when the others are awake?
Yeah, it's difficult because people are working and people are, you're gonna get disturbed.
Are they-
Music
but-
is
but-
playing, people are.
You listen to music while working. Is that
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
People are screaming and sound.
Why are you screaming during editing? What's happening?
It gives you energy.
Yeah, that's the theory behind it. Yeah.
So you actually scream randomly during that.
So rarely.
I just wanna
Not a lot.
set up a camera in your room for one day, bro, and see what the fuck goes on.
That would be interesting. Yeah. I've wanted to do that.
Would you
a lot.
say that? Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to do that all the time, but never actually did it.
Support for yourself.
We actually have tried it.
No, yeah, we
GoPro.
did, yeah. But we could have positioned it a bit better to actually capture the whole room.
And time lapse it or something.
And
But you actually need the sound. The sound makes it better. So you can't really time lapse it.
we also had we didn't have as much disk
Yeah.
space as we wanted.
So it was recording for like an hour max. You need the whole day to get the highlights out of the day.
The highlights are just screaming randomly when you're starting to fall asleep at your desk and you're just starting to scream. It's crazy.
Various audio and visual effects.
And I want to ask you this, right? It's so far we discussed your business and how you live together and pretty much how you optimize for productivity. But do you actually ever take time off and enjoy your life?
What do you mean by enjoy?
I mean, what normal people think.
I mean, when I actually had like a lot of work when we were making 6 or even more videos per day, I enjoyed gym. Like gym was my break, because the brain adjusts and you just get dopamine and then instead of waiting to play the video game, you're like waiting. Okay, I'm gonna get to go to the gym.
Or you
and
go
that's
to the
my
gym by yourself mostly, or
I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
I go by
but
myself and sometimes I go.
group activity maybe. What do you actually go to parties together, something like that?
The very rarely. Very rarely.
Every few months.
So you aren't
Yeah,
actually,
once
so you
every
aren't
few
actually
months.
friends, you're coworkers.
What?
So you aren't actually friends, you are coworkers.
Oh, we are friends, but
You just don't hang out outside the work.
no, we do. When we go out, we do usually go out together.
But here's the thing: when you spend like 5 to 6 days per week with someone, you know,
You don't want to see them.
you it's not that you
I'm
don't
joking.
want to see them. It's just there's you don't get that craving. Oh, I miss that friend, right? Because you're always with him, right?
You're just, I'm glad I don't have to see him for 2 days.
Yeah.
It's like actually.
No. I actually look forward to coming back and working here.
So yeah, that's the point. You are in this apartment together from Monday to Friday, but on the weekends you actually return home.
We do go home, yeah, because we don't have a washing machine in the apartment.
That's a good reason.
Yeah, that's actually I need clean
And,
clothes.
six-figure agency doesn't have a washing room. But
I
are
mean,
you gonna invest? Or
I don't even know where to put it because it's not that big of an apartment.
Okay, got it.
I mean, we could.
Aren't they like
technically-
washing public washers? So you can pay?
They are.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
No?
And they're.
I don't
they're
think it's
really
expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like $2 for a shirt.
Oh,
Oh.
for sure. Okay, that's
For
different.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Okay.
I mean, if we have a washing machine, we also need someone that would wash the clothes.
I actually have a extra washing machine in next room.
Okay.
If you-
Okay. But you
We
have
also
now.
need a cleaner.
We also.
You,
need-
yeah, I can sell it to you for like 50 bucks. Yeah.
No, we also need you there to clean the clothes.
Yeah.
You can
Because
just,
then we need to put them in and then dry. That's, bro.
bro. Don't you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, but she doesn't really live with us. So she's not there every day
One
to wash
girlfriend
the
can
clothes.
come over during the weekends and take over the tasks.
Okay, we could, but again, we're probably gonna live together full time once we get a fancier apartment and everyone has their own bed.
That's actually a plan.
Yeah, kind of.
You move in into a bigger
We move
apartment.
in,
Yeah, I hope so.
So okay, but so you go together home during the weekends to wash your clothes and whatever to your own families, right? And
Yeah.
what do you actually still work during the weekends?
Less, but yes.
Is it harder to work because you kind of come back into that environment of working alone, right?
I guess it's a bit harder, but I mean, I still do work. Yeah,
So-
but not as much, yeah.
If you would break up with your friend group or for some reason whatever, and you would have to work by yourself, could you do it?
Okay, I would work by myself. If I'd have to live by myself,
Yeah, that's kind of. You can still work on the same business.
if I was actually by myself, yeah, I'd say yes. I'd probably be depressed, but yes.
But didn't you say like the number one that heck is?
Here's the thing: if you're actually by yourself, and once you get into the rhythm, I think it could work. Because you're by yourself, what are you gonna do? If you were with your girlfriend, I doubt it. But if you're actually alone, your computer, in like this room, what else are you gonna do?
Go on your phone.
I mean, yeah,
Procrastinate.
I don't know. I haven't done it really, so I don't know. But I'd say I
You
could.
know what usually happens? You start watching bullshit YouTube videos.
Probably.
That's exactly what
probably.
happens. Yeah, I can tell you from experience.
I mean, definitely there. Yeah, it would suffer. The productivity would suffer. 100%.
Yeah. So, but you don't know. So you don't work during the weekends. Actual work.
Well,
I do
You don't
work.
ever work, but for the two guys that actually work, they don't work.
they do work.
No, we work. Like we film podcasts on the weekends. I do
Work,
some.
they work. Yeah, they work.
Okay, this is work.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
for,
not-
for example, for the other two guys, do they end it during the weekends?
Yeah.
And how is that experience for them? Could they do it? Is it harder? They can't just scream at their parents.
I don't. I have to ask them. I don't know.
They probably can't scream.
Should
They
Get them on
can
a
probably
problem.
scream a bit less. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, they can't be totally insane.
that's
Moving on.
yeah,
question.
yeah. So you don't work as much during the weekends, but you still work. You still
Yeah.
do the stuff, but you kind of find wine. You film podcasts, which is super hard work.
Very hard.
Yeah. So you see your families and girlfriends.
Yeah.
Do you all of you have girlfriends?
No.
Two of us don't.
For any ladies watching this, which is probably not gonna happen, but you know.
Business podcast. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably only guys.
Yeah, but still, a lot of your clients are women.
Yeah,
Some.
some of the clients are women.
And do you like working with them?
They are a little too old, so.
You don't like? Well, okay, not like correction.
We love our clients.
Yeah, obviously. You like working with them, and as long as you get results, they get results. It's all business. Okay, we gone through the business side. Your pretty much your whole personal life. I think we know everything about them so far. No parties. So, is it your life pretty much just work?
Pretty much, yeah. And yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But
Because everything,
and are you happy with that? Are you
Yes,
happy
yeah.
with just working?
well, even if you have a girlfriend, girlfriend, that's work.
He doesn't have one, so can't pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah, even that's work, right?
Yeah.
You have to work on the relationship, right? Fitness is work,
Yeah.
and the
Work.
business is work. Everything is work, right?
Yeah. Depends what you include in work. For example, a lot of people with jobs, they could not stand the working more than 8 hours. Right? They can't wait to finish the shift, come home, and I don't know, go on the couch or go for a hike or
That's not work, yeah.
go play video games or something, right? But you say you aren't like that. You don't really have a shift, so you don't really look forward to any new shift.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much consistently in work mode. You don't really have a time when you log off, right?
Yeah.
And you enjoy that. A lot of people, for example, if you tell them you work 12 hours a day, they will look at you like a madman, right? How can you do that? Are you happy? You're probably depressed. You're probably stressed out, right?
Well, you can't really do 12 hours of deep work, right?
That's
You can do up to, I'd say, 6
Could you not?
actual deep
Could
quality
you not
deep work.
edit videos at all?
You can, but
You have, from
we've done
experience.
it, yeah, and the other guys still do it right now. I'd say, yeah, we have a bit of a crisis right now, as you can see right
Cut
here.
that out.
Cut that off. But actual like deep work, I'd say up to 6. But then you still have small tasks. You still talk about the business, so it's 20%.
So talking about the business goes into your work
I mean, yeah.
because you come up with ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
And you grow from that, which
You know,
in the
that's
job.
also why you say you don't work in the business but on the business side. It's still work.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's even for me a mentality shift because a lot of people just view the work as different, right? But that's work. I also want to ask you. You both go to gym, right? And I previously asked David, but what do you think about the gym? Should everyone go to the gym? And
I think everyone should do some kind of physical activity. The gym, I think, is just the easiest, and you also, I think, get the most visual benefits. So yeah, I would say everyone should go to the gym, or at least some kind of physical activity.
stay active. So we would
Yeah.
say for health, even for the confidence.
and for the you learn discipline, and you need, if you want to succeed in life or succeed in anything, right? Even gym, if you succeed in getting a body, you need to be consistent, right? And you learn that in the gym.
Would you say that the gym and being consistent in the gym correlates to the business aspect?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? So
Also, if you're not active, well, it builds. It also builds your mindset, right?
yeah.
So I think it's a plus if you want to start a business or want to start anything in your life. I think it's helpful.
Yeah, but not just a business. Even if you have work a job, just go to the gym, bro. You will feel better, work
Yeah.
better, everything, right? You'll be less depressed. If any one of you are depressed, just go to the fucking gym because it's the easiest way. I think everyone starts their self-improvement journey with the gym because it's the easiest way. You know, you don't have to go too much out of the comfort zone. You just have to go to the gym every single day. You don't even have to put in too much work. You just start lifting some weights. You start to see some results. You feel better. You grow. People will start to respect you more. It's just an all you will get better mentality. It's just bonuses on top of bonuses, and really only negative side is the time investment. And bro, just cut out 1 hour of video games or television and go to the gym. Yeah. But I want to add also to the physical aspect. Both of you, we already know for David, but you also go to MMA.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you start MMA when you're already physically active and already super busy on the business side?
We were talking about joining either a kickboxing or a boxing gym. It was about a year ago, but back then we didn't have any money,
So that was a no.
we could barely afford food. So
Okay.
the
We
gym
heard
was,
about that one, yeah.
Not
We-
an option.
we could not go to an MMA gym, and then it was, I think, 4 months ago now. We finally had enough money, right? that stayed on the side that we didn't spend, and we went looking for gyms in our area, kickbox, box, and we found an MMA gym. And personally, that's the best one for me because you use the whole body, right? It's
Not just
it's the closest to a real fight that
Street
you get. To a real fight, right?
Yeah.
That you get, apart from biting and scratching and stuff like that. But
Okay, stuff.
yeah, but if someone confronts you, that's the reality of things. You will get punched in the nuts, you will get stabbed in the eye, whatever, right? If someone was a boxer and I'm worse off, right? I'm almost guaranteed to lose. I will do anything in my power.
Yeah, you're probably gonna try to take him down. If you know he's a boxer.
Take him down, poke him in the eye, whatever, you know. So that's the reality. If I have a knife, I will stab him. That's point blank, period, right? But yeah, why did you go to the gym, bro? Do you just want to beat up women?
Yeah.
That's for the clips.
First off, it's the confidence.
You said yes.
Yeah, it's mainly because of the confidence that you gain with competence, right? And
Yeah. That's a major point.
I think every man should be able to protect him, his friends, and his family, right?
Yeah, but not just literally. Let me know if that you agree with that, because the good point we made with David in the first podcast is, yeah, 1 or 2 times per year, depending on the lifestyle. If you're more of an aggressive type, it could have more. But for the average person, well, in the real life, that you actually have to fight someone, probably super rare, right? But
if you are successful, right? If you are competent, if you have a nice body, if you have money, stuff like that, right? Have a nice woman. There are a lot of people that do not like that, right? They hate you for it
because they're
you're
envious.
better than them.
Because they're envious.
Yeah, they're envious, and that could lead right to altercations and stuff.
Especially if you go out and
Yeah.
people are
For
drunk.
example, if you're famous, right,
Yeah.
you will get more attention.
Yeah.
People are more envious.
Yeah.
You are a lot more likely to get beat up.
Yeah.
So would you say that if your goal is to become either successful, money-wise, maybe even famous, it's even more urgent to get
I think
physical company?
Yeah, it's more urgent. But regardless, I think every man should be able to protect his family.
and that's one point I want to make. Yeah, they might happen that some robber will come to you and you're with your family and you'll have to.
Yeah.
The best
Yeah.
option is to run, isn't it? Still, you know, because they
Yeah.
can have a gun, they can have a knife.
Yeah.
If
If
everyone could run,
Yeah, it's the safest option. Yeah. But if you are with your woman, you can't run, because then
Why not?
you lose the woman.
you mean you,
Yeah,
you
you
think
lose the
so?
woman. Yeah,
Yeah, you can run.
because she loses respect for you.
If there's a robber,
Also, if you get knocked out.
yeah, that I argue with
Yeah,
that.
you can't.
I had a discussion with one female and she was like, "No, I'll still respect him, bro."
Yeah.
Females do say one thing,
Yeah, but,
but I think there was this one MMA couple. They were both at the MMA, and the woman went to watch him fight.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy lost, right?
Yeah.
And I think they broke up, or she cheated on him or something. It's even.
Yeah.
It's still a fight. You lose some fights, and it's not going
actually, just if you want to have woman, you have to fight. I have almost gotten into so many fights just because of women, because they have a huge mouth.
Yeah. Sometimes you just wanna stay away from the conflict, but the woman will get you.
She will bring the problems to you.
Either she does it intentionally because she's drunk and she's loud, or just because of how she looks.
Yeah.
Because she looks nice and he's drunk and he wants her and then he just doesn't care that you're there.
But sometimes women are super delusional because it's never happened to them. They always get protected by their fathers, whatever, and they don't really experience the consequences. And they know you will protect them, so why not run your mouth? You won't have any consequences.
Yeah, I mean, you need to check your.
It's hard for them, maybe even to see you win, but you don't actually want to fight, right? So
7 guys with knives. She's
Just
running
chill
right
out,
now.
bro.
Shut the fuck up.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. But my point was still, those times will happen, right? Even if, for some people more, for some people less. If you have a woman, she wants her whatever. But even if they don't, right? Would you say the massive benefit is not just so you can protect them, but the actual knowledge that you could protect them, right?
Yeah, that gives you the ultimate confidence. That,
The confidence.
and you need that.
You
in all
walk
aspects.
with your back straight.
Yeah, and the confidence you need in all aspects of your life, right? This, for example, if you're a closer, right, you need confidence. If you are if you want to manage people, you need confidence. If you want to talk with women, you need confidence, right? Just
That confidence will come through business as well. And manifest
Yeah,
itself.
yeah.
It's super valuable. Yeah, I say Justin Waller. I don't know if you guys said his best business advice is to go to the gym because being fit and doing business, being fit will get you respect from your people that you want to do business with, and it's super easy.
Because if you see a fat guy, right, and if you see a fit guy, you will know he is consistent, right? He takes care of his body. That means he will also take care of your
It's easier to
friendship,
judge,
your like
your bond, your friendship,
yeah,
your partnership.
yeah, the partnership, the business. Right? That he's a more serious guy, right?
Yeah, and it's also implied you have to have some discipline, so
Yeah.
you're automatically disciplined if you're fit. And yeah, and it's just more value. And when I close people, people take me very more seriously than if I was with some fat guy. Right? It's super. It's cheat code. So which one would you recommend, fitness or MMA?
I agree with what David said. I actually watched the interview.
You should too if you
Yeah.
haven't. But yeah,
You should you should probably go to fitness first, except if you really want to go into like martial arts. Yeah.
why? So because if you go to the martial arts, you will still get physically
Yeah.
fit. Plus, you will be that extra confidence and compliment at fighting. So why?
Yeah.
Is it just because it's easier?
It's because I think what I like the most about the gym is that you have to like invest your time and energy to build your body, and I mean like visually build. You see what you're doing. In martial arts, you aren't really seeing that. like physically. While you could go and have a fight, right, and beat the guy up. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just like fitness more for that specifically.
Yeah, so if you could pick one, you would pick fitness.
Yeah.
There was one hot topic with David. He said he would actually pick fitness before business. So if he would,
Actually, yeah, fitness before business. Yeah. There is no use that you are rich if you are fat and ugly. And
so for those millionaires who are fat and ugly, you would switch places with them.
No. Fuck no.
Is it like because? But you would still build it up, right? You would still start doing gym, but is
Yeah.
it?
Well, if I got in his body and I could build it, then
Okay.
maybe I don't know.
Depends how old.
Depends
Yeah.
how old it is.
Is it
what
easier?
Position.
Is it easier to build your body than the business?
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
easier. Yeah.
But it's probably very hard at 60.
Yeah.
You don't really have to learn anything special, right? You don't.
Just go on YouTube, yeah.
It's
Literally,
It's just consistency. Yeah.
Consistency. You can have the worst diet. I have the worst diet. I'm still kind of fit, right? You don't really need to have everything perfect. When you're consistent, you will make progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's easier fitness than business, but yeah, it's physical, but it's still both mental. Yeah, that's your journey. That's your mentality. That's your sports. I did have one more question, but I forgot. Let's just ask you in the meantime. What would you recommend to the viewers? David already gave
Any
his
advice?
yeah, so not just to the average bloke, to the because the people that are watching probably more ambitious, right? To the people that
To the ambitious
wanna
people?
to the ambitious people that wanna have more from life.
I think it would be just to stay consistent and decide what you want to do, stay consistent, and just push in that direction, right? And don't be like the workers that we discussed before. Take every now and then, stop, look what you've done, how you can improve. Are you even going in the right direction? Yeah, and you'll succeed eventually. Even if it takes 10 years, 20 years, if you push long enough, you will succeed.
So pretty much, stay consistent,
Yeah.
stay delusional,
Stay delusional.
never give up.
Yeah.
And delusional to the point you are delusional. So
Yeah, I do believe in delusion. Yeah. It's easier with delusion. Life is a lot easier with delusion.
yeah, but still, don't be like David said, delusional to the point where I'm gonna make 10K this month, but I'm not gonna do shit, right? That's actually delusional. But be delusional in your input, right? I'm gonna make 10 videos today, and I'm not gonna go to sleep before I make them, right? That's
Yeah, well, you are only delusional in what you believe the chances of that happening are. You still need a plan, right? And there may be only 1 or 2% chance, right? But you are 100%. That's gonna happen. It is gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, right? I'll do anything I need to make it happen, right?
But that's one thing. I looked back at it and wanted to make the point when we discussed with David at this point. He said the statistics, right, which are obviously gay. Everyone knows they're gay, they're shit. But for example, there's made up statistics. For example, there's 1% of businesses that make 6 figures, right? 100K
Yeah. Month.
100K a year, for example. A month, I think, is even lower for sure. But or whatever. But for example, 1% of businesses earn 100K a year, for example. And the statistic is 1%, right? But what is the statistic of people with your dedication, people with your work ethic, people with your mindset? They get there. You know, people who work as hard as you,
Yeah.
people who think like you. What's the percentage then? Because the 99% of people who failed did not work like you, did not think like you, right?
Yeah.
So that's why statistics are in fact bisexual and gay or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Because
you
they
can-
don't account of these things, right? If you make yourself exceptional, I think 0% of people that are exceptional, that always improve on themselves, and that do not give up, 0% chance that you will not make it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the thing that the statistics don't account for. Statistics account for average people. And if you work on not being average, if you work harder,
Yeah.
you will not be this average statistics. And you're looking a little bit confused. What's on your mind, David?
No, I mean, yeah. Yeah, 400%. Agree.
You're
Yeah.
yeah, and
You can be a statistic for yourself, like in your own class for on of its own.
be the class of your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much to talk about, but yeah, we will wrap this up soon.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we've been going for. It's super long, but it went by so quickly. A lot of things that we've shared. If anyone is watching so far, I think you could have taken a lot from this. But when it comes to statistics and delusion,
For
lot-
the statistics.
yeah, fuck the statistics.
Yes.
Fuck the
Statistics are gay.
statistics. Yeah.
Statistics are gay.
Statistics.
Look at the statistics if you want to be average.
Yeah, but no, that's the end goal, right? The product. That don't, that, like we already discussed, don't account for you and how your mindset. If we account everyone with your mindset, like if you don't give up, like it's 0% of failure. But don't focus on that. I would say, focus. Like I previously said, like I said on my interview, focus on the input, right? Focus on becoming that exceptional person, because like I said, if you become exceptional, if you put into the X amount of work every day, and if you have the mindset, there's a 0% chance that you will fail. So work on becoming that person, because if you become that person, the statistics magically shift in your favor, and they magically become straight. They aren't gay anymore. They're right. But yeah, if you become that person, because a certain type of person just never fails. I think we can agree. Everyone knows one person that just seems to not fail. Either if it's with girls or with business or whatever, it's because he's a certain type of person, right? And I think a certain type of people have 0% failure and just strive to be that person. But it's obviously different if your goal is to get women. A different type of a person gets all the women and never fails with them, and a different type of a person for business. But yeah, I would just say become that person that never fails in your field. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, completely. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And it's been an awesome conversation. A lot of things have been discussed. Your whole life, pretty much, how your success. We try to replicate what these guys are doing, because they're doing amazing things, and I believe they'll go far. But do you have anything else to add to this podcast? Any last words?
Yeah, that's actually my first ever podcast, and
I think you performed quite well. If you account for your lack of English, right? I think you performed well.
I guess so. Yeah, it will get better over time. Like,
Obviously. Look forward to more conversations with us for sure.
yeah, I had a great time. So
That's pretty much it.
We discussed a lot, and yeah. If you want any help, if you want more from us, subscribe and stuff. I think our ads will be in the description. Let's get this party blowing. Thanks for listening to us. Thanks for listening to us. Look out for another podcast. We enjoy talking to you. Hope you enjoy listening to us, and hope you enjoyed. And we'll see you soon. See you guys.
goodbye. Well, even if you have a girlfriend, that girlfriend that's work.
He doesn't have one, so he can't pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah, even that's work, right?
Yeah.
You have to work on the relationship, right?
But do you actually ever take time off and enjoy your life?
What do you mean by enjoy? When I actually had like a lot of work, I enjoyed gym. Like gym was my break, because the brain adjusts.
Would there be any type of point where any of you four guys would fall
Here's
off?
the thing: he's with his girlfriend for like 1 or 2 days, and he's with us for 5. So I don't think the girlfriend has a chance.
So
Honestly, it's numbers. We have more than twice the time with him. She doesn't have a chance.
so for anyone that doesn't know, they live together, right? So
Yeah. I don't think that's yeah.
And he would also get bullied. So
I mean, yeah, that's the method of correction.
Yeah.
Bullying.
and if bullying does work, picking up statistics don't account for account for average people, and if you work on not being average, if you work harder,
Yeah.
you will not be this average statistics. And you're looking, so it's just an account that it's separate, that it's meant for the business.
Yeah.
And how do you decide? How do you have a meeting? All four of you take a vote, or what? Where the money goes out of the business account.
yeah, we have a meeting.
I mean, it's just, we live together, so it's like, I'm gonna try this. Is anyone against this? No. Okay, great. And then I spend the money.
I'll spend a K on a hookers. Is anyone against it?
And it was a few months ago that we decided we would split into 2 groups. So basically, they are doing the editing, and we were in charge of getting new clients in. This was an advice that David actually got from a business academy that he was at. And after that, our sales skyrocketed, and we just
They did say there's like 3 types of people. There's the executioners, I believe it's called. So the people that actually do the tasks, like let's say video editing. Then there's the investor, who mainly focuses on the big picture, the vision, where to go in the next, I don't know, couple of months, what we'll do in the next half a year. And then there's the managers, who take care of people.
You did transition from Slovenia to America, right? And you just said that, like, previously said that in Slovenia you had a harder time and stuff. Did you struggle to get results for them because they didn't listen, because it was a lower ticket offer, or how was it?
Actually, no, the results part was easier in Slovenia because it's a small country and it's a niche in itself. Slovenia is its own niche, and it's way easier to go viral because people will watch the videos just because the language is Slovenian. So it is actually easier to get like a couple of 10,000 views for your new client because it's Slovenian. It's a bit harder in English, but you can't really get 2 million views per video in Slovenian because there's 2 million people in Slovenia and not everyone's on TikTok. And yeah, you pay people to tell you. So like you pay someone that's ahead of you to solve your problems because he's been through it and he usually has some ideas.
Why would you put in 2 years of experience trial and error when you can pay someone to tell you that has already gone through the trial and error?
Yeah. I mean, you can't pay someone to give you what you learn if you invest a year and a half into video editing.
Sure.
However, you can pay someone to give you some guidelines into how to grow the business. It's a bit different, right? So he can give you direction and some advice, and then you still need to put in the work.
It's actually funny because about a year ago, I think, we went on a call with someone again for some business advice, and we told him, yeah, we have this business, blah blah blah, we're doing this and that. How can we improve? And he said, "What do you mean? That's not a business. That's a job.
Also, you asked them how to improve your editing.
No, our business. How to grow our business?" And he was like, "That's not a business. That's a job."
Talent is subjective, right? What even is talent?
Yeah.
Were you talented when you started editing?
I mean, sure, we can go there, but I know what you mean, yeah.
Let's,
Experience, sure.
let's actually go there. Do you think that talent is required for success?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'd say dedication and consistency.
and delusion,
Yeah, of course.
of course.
Every once in a while, you have to step back. For example, every 6 months, step back.
I'd say a month or 2 months.
Or like,
2 months tops.
yeah, but if you try a new business,
Okay,
Try
yeah,
for a
yeah,
month.
sure. If you try
depends
something
on
new.
the thing that you're trying, right?
Yeah.
So if you try to start a business, go as hard as you fucking can for 6 months, a year. Step back, look at what you've made, where you could improve, like improve your plan, right? Without a plan, you won't get anywhere, and you'll eventually get there with trial and error.
But I would even say before that, yeah, okay, you can go straight away at it, try it for 6 months, try to see how it works, but you can actually look at what you're trying to do. Either it's video editing, either it's going for a job, for a builder, for example, like we discussed. Look at other people, right?
Who are successful, who actually have
And
what you
the
want.
and the field you're
Yeah.
pursuing, right? So look at other successful build. This is a good point. If you want to be a builder, look at other successful builders, right? Look at their lives. For example, most of them, I know they're hard workers. They can have good families, but most of them, come home, watch sports games, TV, drink beer, and if you're cool with that, sure, go pursue that, right? And obviously also want to look at the navigators, right? They do have free time, they do have families, but they work hard as fuck. They work in the sun, right? Look at the success. That's the best builder, is that right? And then, for example, look at the editor. What do the best editors have? For example, they work minimally. You can take David as an example. They work nothing, but they get paid a lot, right? And yeah, that's a good point you made. Look at the best performer in the field you go and see what the actual potential even is if you succeed. Even if you succeed as a builder, for example, you will still have a certain type of pay and lifestyle. For example, if you go push the same amount of effort on beer writing, you will have a different life. Obviously.
Maybe I was dreaming.
Maybe he's drunk or something. Yeah.
He did drink some Jägermeister before. I forced him.
And we're trying to build like a safety net and get like a couple $10,000 in there, so we don't ever need to worry about it. So like if something goes to shit, it's no, it's for emergencies.
You
It's
said
business
passports are the number one, David.
Yeah.
You have similar mindsets.
Yeah.
Which is a would you say that that's a consequence of you guys living together because you will have your own lives? Maybe you would be with your girlfriend during the week or something. You wouldn't be locked in as much. You will be consuming all of your separate content, right? You would have different environment and you would develop a different mindset.
Well, first of all is because we live together. Well, we spend way too much time together, so we, if we don't agree on something, like our mindset is different, we'll talk about it
Nice.
and then come to a logical conclusion,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's
We won't ever leave it alone.
Yeah.
It comes back,
Exactly.
and then you come to like a conclusion. Yeah, we have 3 beds. There's 4 of us.
And does the homeowner know about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Or
I mean, sometimes I go by
but
myself and sometimes I go.
group activity maybe. What do you actually go to parties together? Something like that.
Very rarely. Very rarely.
every few months.
So you aren't
Yeah,
actually,
once
so you
every
aren't
2
actually
weeks.
friends, you're co-workers.
What?
So you aren't actually friends, you are co-workers.
Oh, we are friends, but
You just don't hang out outside the work.
no, we do. When we go out, we do. Usually go out together.
But here's the thing: when you spend like 5 to 6 days per week with someone, you know,
You don't want to see them.
you it's not that you
I'm
don't
joking.
want to see them. It's just there's you don't get that craving. Oh, I miss that friend, right? Because you're always with him, right?
You just, I'm glad I don't have to see him for 2 days.
Yeah.
It's like actually.
No. I actually look forward to coming back and work.